Hello everybody, my name is Pierre and today I want to show you the instinctive shooting step by step from the beginning to after the release. Okay? In the shooting with a bow you have around 12 steps. Another, if you're shooting with a bow with a sight or with a no sight, instinctive shooting, you need to do around 12 steps. Okay? And before I begin to show you, I want to tell you to take a bow around 15 pound, 20 pound, 18 pound, 25 pound maximum for do the good for learn easily the step by step. If you try with a 50 pound or 60 pound bow, you don't have the good way to learn. You need to take a bow with a light pound, 15, 20, 18 pound, 16 pound, 25 pound maximum. It's easy with this light pound, light bow to learn all the steps easily. Okay? Okay, the first step. The first step is the position. Whatever you have in the wood, in action, in the hunting action, the field, at home, at the club, you need to take a position in that club or in another. The distance between your feet is the same distance between your shoulders. Okay. I begin by taking my position. I begin by taking my arrow. Okay. I take my arrow close to the feather. Whatever I have, a head quiver, back quiver, or bow quiver. I take my arrow all the time close to my feather. When I put my arrow on the bow, I don't place my bow like that. If I am in a club, I take the place of a tree shooter. And if I am in the wood, if you are in the wood, you have a tree here, a tree here, a tree here. It's impossible to you to place your bow, to put your arrow on the. I place my arrow like that. Okay, take the bow, put the bow with me. I have the cock feather. I pass over my arm, pass the arrow over my hand, and put the knock of the arrow under the knocking point of the string like that. And I place my arrow on the rest. I don't place my knock over the knocking point because you have the motion, you see, it's not a good way for shooting if you are over here. And if you have a sight on your bow, it's the same thing if you move the pin side of your bow. If you have the arrow can move like that. Put all the time the knock of arrow under the knocking point like that. Okay? Okay, this is position, take the arrow, place the arrow on the string. Now I take my bow like that. Only the thumb and the index take my bow. My bow needs 3 in my hand all the time. From the beginning, when I shoot, after the shoot, and when you're end of the shoot, the bow moves like that to you. Okay, it's very important. All the time you need the bow only with the thumb and the index, or maybe the thumb and the major. But the thumb and the index is a good way, like that. Okay, the bow can move easily because it's free in my hand. Okay. Now for the string, when I take my string with my finger, I show you the motion. Okay. I take my arrow, my string like that. One finger over, 2 fingers under. You can see on the knot you have a flat side here over and a flat side under. This is for to touch the knot with your finger. Okay. Why? Because when you make your draw, okay, you see my little finger and my thumb together here, not like that, together here. I put my string between the 2 phalanges, okay, if you see, phalange, groove, like that, between two. And when I draw, let your hand like that, line. When I draw, you can see my string roll to the groove and stick my arrow to the window of the bow. Okay, and see when I put my string between, and when I draw, the string roll and go to the groove. Okay, very important, like that. This make your arrow stick to the window. If you don't do this, you should stop here. When you draw, the arrow go out because you want to take your anchor point. When you take your anchor point, the arrow goes out like that because you don't stick the arrow to the side, to the window side, the window. Okay, like that. The arrow stick to the window. Okay. Camera. Okay. Okay. You see. When I put the arrow on my bow, take like that. I pass over my arm. Put on there. Put on the rest. Okay. Okay. Now, when the position of your arm, you don't place your arm like that. Okay. When you show someone, look like that. Hey, look this, look this. You don't look this, look this, look this. The same position to take a voice like that. Look at that. I have a flexion here, flexibility, flexibility. You have to take your arm like that. Your arm like that. When you shoot, when you release, the kick go to out. The kick, the bow out of the line with the target. Okay. You have a shot when you release that. You have a shot. Many people put the stabilizer and many ways to stay in the target. The bow move again, but move more slowly. But if you learn the good way, like that, flexibility here, flexibility in the elbow, flexibility in the wrist, take the bow like that. When you release, the motion, the release with the chuck here, the chuck absorber here, the motion go to the target. The same way, if you have a chuck absorber on your car, if you don't have a chuck absorber on your car, when you take a bomb, bust a bomb, the car go many ways, any move like that. If you have a chuck absorber on your car, when you take a bomb, the car go in straight line. The same thing for you here. When you have the souplesse, flexibility here, like when you show like that, but don't like that, the bow, when you release the bow, go to the side. Okay? Now, repeat again. Position, take my arrow, the cock fader to my side, put the knock of the arrow under the knocking point, place the arrow on the arrow rest, take my finger with the position between the phalange, between two grooves, and when I do my first aiming, I raise my bow over the target, lift up bit over the target and drop in the target. See? Why? Because like that, you see, I raise my hand on the target and I drop in, raise a little bit over and drop in the target after. This is why, because when you raise your hand and drop like that, when you drop, you activate the muscle here to help to support the arm and to help to stabilize your hand and stabilize your bow, stabilize your aiming. So just a little bit like that. On the target, I raise on the target, or a little bit over and drop, just to activate the muscle. Okay? And you can see when I place in instinctive shooting, not with sight, instinctive shooting, my bow is a little bit like that, and my head is a little bit like that. It's the same way when you shoot with a gun. You have the eyes over the barrel, okay? And the same thing shooting, you need to have the eyes. Okay, when you shoot with a gun, you have the eyes over the barrel, okay? And when you shoot with bow and arrow, in the same thing shooting, you need to have the barrel, you need to have the arrow under your eyes, okay? Like that. The same way when you shoot with a gun. Okay? This is why my head is with the angle and my bow with the angle. Okay? I go again. Raise. Okay, show you when I raise my bow on the target and place my bow on the target. I am in the target. I do my drop. I am in the target. On my drop. I take my anchor point. I am in the target again. Okay? I am in the target. I establish my aiming and my release. I stay in the target. You see? When my first aiming, I am in the target. I draw, I am in the target. I take my anchor point, I am in the target again. And I stabilize my aiming and release on the target. And I stay on the target. You have 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay in the target. Okay? You need to stay in the target. All the motion. I'll show you again. Position, take that rope, put the rope under, take my string, the hand, souplesse and flexibility in the arm, on the bow arm. A release, put on the target. Draw the target. Take my anchor in the target. Stabilize my aiming. Release in the target. You can see my release. This is a natural finger release. Go to my YouTube channel and to see the video on the natural finger release. All the force on my hand drop about from the wrist. All my hand and finger drop. This is the natural finger release. This is the way you need to do the release. Let the string do the release. Don't try to open your finger like that. If you go to back your head. No, no, no. And you have the head, the finger like that after. Let the string do the release. You have an anchor point. Your anchor point is with the major, like this long finger here. And when you release, you let down all the force of your hand, finger, and the string do the release. Okay? Is the good way, is the true way to do a release. Okay? So it's very important. Anchor point. Let's drop all the force of your finger and hand at the same time from the wrist, and the string do the release by itself. Okay? I shoot again some arrow. It's very important too. You can see my bow stay in the target after. Okay? Like, first step, second step, third step, step number 4, step number 5, step number 6, step number 7, step number 8, step number 9 is the stabilization, step number 10, ready, step number 11, stay in the target, and step 12, analyze my shooting. Okay? That last time. Okay? Check my arrow, check my bow after I release. The bow is free in my hand. Again. Another. And the last one. Okay. I hope this video can help you in your shooting and your learning instinctive shooting. Don't forget to use the bow with 50, 15, 18, 20 pound maximum, 25 pound to learn perfectly your instinctive shooting. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, yes, and go to see my video on the natural finger release. Okay, thank you for watching, and good shooting. Bye bye.